Good evening. Welcome into Maverick Stadium. We are so excited to bring you Utah State Aggies football here on KJazz TV. Dave Fox along with Alema Harrington. Let's talk first about the visiting Idaho State. Cody Hawkins, Alema, is their head coach, their new head coach. We know his dad, Dan, really well.
You're going to recognize the name, right? Dad's got a legacy in his coaching, so not far from the coaching heritage that he has. And he comes in with that same kind of mindset, mentality. And you come in as a new coach, you're going to use the transfer portal and get guys in, but you have to take advantage of the guys that you have. You got to be flexible, and that's been one of his keys.
You know, for the Aggies, 60 new players. There's a couple of kids, Vaughn and Royals, the wideouts, that Coach Blake Anderson told us really has improved their team speed.
Well, Blake Anderson taking over head coach and offensive coordinator, and his offense is built on speed, and he had to recruit some of that, so he brought these two guys in, and they have upped that level of speed in the offense, and they've been successful. They're hoping that they will show well on the home field here tonight.
Of course, Alema, the former BYU running back, will be looking for a little bit of running out of them as well. And we're going to do it right now. We're excited. We got Aggie football for you coming your way right now. Let's kick it off here on KJazz from Maverick Stadium. And here we go. We're ready to rumble here up at Utah State. The Idaho State Bengals won the toss and deferred, as you would expect. So we're going to get to see this Aggie offense first to get things going in this game. An exciting time for the Aggies. The student section here, by the way, is phenomenal.
It is. It's fantastic. And all the students, it seems like, at Utah State, make sure that they show up for the game and they represent strong here in Aggieville.
Terrell Vaughn and Micah Davis back to receive the kickoff. The head coach, of course, Idaho State, a familiar name to those of you who follow football closely, Cody Hawkins. His father, Dan Hawkins, really kind of made his mark at Boise State before moving on to Colorado, and he's now the head coach at UC Davis.
His
where Cody
alma mater, I should say, right?
And Cody was his offensive coordinator. And we are underway here, and now Cody is leading this Idaho State team. And we'll talk a little bit about that as we go through that, because you and I had a great conversation. Kick goes out of bounds, so great field position coming already for the Aggies.
Yeah, there'll be an opportunity to see Cooper Laga. I walked in to the stadium tonight with his family.
The Lagas, huh?
Yeah, and Cooper, of course, played at Orem High School, so we know him very well and covered his career there. But for Cooper, he's got to really take care of the ball today and make sure he manages the offense. That was the message that we got from the head coach, Blake Anderson.
So first down for the Aggies, and Lagas screen to the outside right off the bat to Terrell Vaughn. And this kid is a speedster, Alema. We're going to talk a lot about him. How about he had 12 receptions against Iowa in the opener last week?
Unbelievable. He was a big contributor, player down on the field for Idaho State. But Vaughn is one of those guys, we mentioned it off the top of the broadcast. He is a speedster, and that's exactly what Blake Anderson, as the new OC, needs for the offense that he wants to run, is a couple of guys at least that can really burn, guys that are legit 4.3s. And he's talked about Vaughn and Royals. He said these guys, they run 4.3 40s, and those are the kinds of guys that we need to open up this offense.
When we had our conversation with him, it's like he kept going back to that. You could just tell he was so excited. He would bring that up when we weren't even talking about it. He was really just fired up to see what these two can do. We have an injury on the field, slow to get up, but they're helping Curtis Hill off the field right now, the nose tackle for Cody Hawkins' defense. Josh Runda is the defensive coordinator for this team, and Cody himself is the offensive coordinator. So here we go.
Yeah,
Second
both of these head coaches, by the way, now are OCs for their teams.
That's right, because Blake's taking. We'll talk a little more about what Blake Anderson decided to do in that regard. Briggs around the left side, and Briggs has what could be a clear path to the end zone, and the speedster will go 58 yards, and the Aggies are on the board.
Nothing like a big, long touchdown to start off your home season. Some good blocking, but really, this was just Briggs turning on the Jets and headed for the end zone, untouched, 58 yards for the score.
Boy, he had a massive hole right at the start going around that left side. And William Testa for the point after, the junior kicker. And this kick is good. And just like that, the Aggies are on the board. Last week, of course, they played, you alluded to this, at Iowa, and really a competitive game, 24-14. And Iowa did a lot of their damage early in that game. It kind of got away early on, but you take away that first quarter, and who knows what might have happened. How about this drive, Alema?
I'll tell you, it makes a difference if you can score first in a game. When you're trying to play catch-up through the course of a game, it always feels like, you're just not making enough progress because you're climbing this hill and you're still down. But to score first in this game, I think, is big, especially for this offense, who struggled at times last week against Iowa to really move the ball. And they were hampered by turnovers as well as sacks. And so you get a drive like this to open up in front of your home crowd. I think it does wonders for your offense.
How about a two-play 65-yard drive, the 58-yard TD run for Briggs? Took 27 seconds off the clock, so good efficiency on the part of the Aggies.
That would encourage Aggie fans to make sure they show up early so they don't miss anything here at Maverick Stadium.
And the Aggies kick goes into the end zone. You watched the Utah-Baylor game today. One of the Baylor returners ran a kick out of the end zone.
Yeah, they did at the end of the game. And some interesting decisions and a poor decision by their quarterback to put the ball in the air and intercepted. And Utah able to come back. That's a game where they played the majority of those 4 quarters from behind.
I don't think they led until
until the
3
end of the
minutes
game.
to go. Yeah.
And so,
it was crazy.
It's not like it's an impossible task, but you would prefer to be playing from ahead.
All right, first down. Jordan Cook is your quarterback. Kahui, the running back. Pass up, caught, out of bounds for a first down. Right out of the game, Chris Wallace on the reception.
And a great catch, nice throw, a little bit of a back shoulder type of throw. We'll see a couple of quarterbacks at least. And talking to Coach Hawkins before the game, he wants to give everybody a chance. His whole thing was, I want it to be fun for these guys. Part of that is getting to play.
Kahui around the left side. I thought that was interesting the way he illustrated that. And he talked about some coaches that are all drill sergeant, hammering the guys.
And the culture is we're going to be strong and
tough.
He said, hey, my culture is we're going to have a good time. We're going to have fun. He said, I got a lot of guys that are playing college football for the first time, and I want this experience to be fun for them.
Well, it is a game.
Yeah, and winning is fun, but sometimes you're just not built to win just yet, but you want to have fun in the process.
Second down 10. Cook out in the flat. Kahui's got it. Nowhere to go. Good defense for the Aggies once again as Jaden Francois there for the tackle.
Well, they set that screen up beautifully as the defensive line came through, but Francois able to read the formation and get out there and stop them from getting yards on that screen.
3rd and long. Jordan Cook, just a freshman quarterback. We were down there when we were talking to Cody. You said, you must have one of the tallest quarterback rooms than anywhere because they were big kids.
His backup is 6'4".
Yeah.
I'm like, man, Cooper Lagaz is right about 6'1".
Yeah, they were big kids. Little draw to Kahui. And good yardage. In fact, he's got a first down. The Aggies fooled on that one.
And it'll be interesting through the course of this game to watch the two head coaches who are offensive coordinators and see, the chess match that's going on, what my offense is going to do, what your offense is going to do. Great delay on the handoff, and they sell the pass and then give the handoff, and a nice run by Kahui.
16 yards on the pickup.
Kahui from my island in Hawaii, Oahu, from the Kaneohe side, east side of Oahu.
Hunter, pitch back. Cook's got the ball, fires downfield, and it's caught by Christian Fredrickson, and he gets all the way down inside the red zone.
Fredrickson, a big target, 6'4", 215-pound sophomore. So the 6'4" freshman to the 6'4" sophomore. And another first down converted here.
33 yards on the pickup, and the Bengals is marching down the field. Remember, they had a 3rd and long they got out of on a draw play, and here they go. Cook again gets it outside to Hunter, out in the flat. Hunter leaps for another first down.
Great block on the outside by Cyrus Wallace. And that was exactly what allowed Hunter to be able to have so much room to get to the outside. You see that hurdle.
12 yards on the pickup by
Hunter.
That can be dangerous as well, but certainly worked out.
Bronson Olival now in, middle linebacker.
1st and goal. Cook fires, complete near the goal line and into the end zone. Fredrickson's got the touchdown.
Couple of big catches on this drive for Fredrickson. 1 chunk yardage play and now a touchdown, and Idaho State answers. Not quite as quickly as Utah State scored, but effective nonetheless. Good protection up front. A little bit of a slant route there. Hit him while he's open. Nice delivery by Cook.
Thomas Kopcho for the point after. And that kick is good. And how about that? We're tied up. We're only 4 minutes into this game and it's deadlocked. 7 plays, 75 yards. And the 9-yard TD to Fredrickson. And of course, he had the big 33-yard pickup on the way to this score as well. Cook 5 for 5. He's completed all his passes. 11. When we come back, the Aggies will have the football here on KJazz TV. Back here in Logan, they introduced the new athletic director here. Of course, the deputy athletic director, a good friend of ours, Jerry Bovey, helped set up this broadcast. We've been working with the Aggies for some time to try to get them on KJazz, and we've got a 4-game schedule planned. Squibber on the kickoff and fielded at the 15-yard line. And so the Aggies will come back out, the ball up to the 27. But, I mean, the Aggies had the 2-play drive, but Idaho State answered quickly, and we're tied up.
Nice return by Vaughn. Doesn't let this thing keep on bouncing and go down inside the 5-yard line, but turns it up and wisely does that because there was pressure coming from the outside. And now our opportunity to see Cooper Lagat, decent field position to start this drive.
We've been covering Cooper Lagat Alema forever. Back in, you remember his senior year, not only did he win the state football title, he won javelin and he won wrestling.
Quite an athlete.
All in the same year. Quick pass outside, gets his big tight end.
That was Brock Lane on the reception. Very simple, you know. You let Cooper Lagat roll out a little bit. Now carry up the middle.
Briggs. And Briggs has a first down. David Rowe on the stop, and now the Aggies are moving the ball and going pace. This fake to the handoffs, or the running back quick pass outside, and another completion to Terrell Vaughn. On his way to another big game after that 12 reception day against Iowa.
Well, you know, one of the things you do early on is identify your playmakers and you figure out how to get the ball in their hands.
Lagat again to Vaughn. I think he's established a favorite over the last 2 games.
And receivers have have something to say about that. Another player down, this time for Utah State. And Vaughn has established himself both in practice over the summer, in the fall camp. Quarterback can like you a lot, but if you're not catching the ball and making plays for him, he'll forget about you real quick.
Trying to check the number. It looks like it might be Ralph Frias, the Arizona State transfer.
You saw on that replay.
Yeah, it is.
One of the Idaho State defensive linemen kind of came and it might have knocked his knee sideways a little bit. Sometimes that happens and it startles you for a second, and especially if you have had knee injuries in the past, it takes you a minute to just try to get your bearings and figure out, okay, am I all right? It appeared that he was as he came off the field.
Yeah, Blake Anderson spoke very highly of him, the transfer from Arizona State, when we visited with him earlier. All right, quick inside pass to Vaughn again.
He might have 12 grabs by the end of the first half, the way we're going
he's
here.
Cooking.
Nice read by Calvin Pitcher.
He's already got 4 receptions, Alema.
Yes.
We're only a few minutes into the game.
He's racking them up.
Another fake to the handoff. Lega in a little bit of trouble. He's going to run for it. Lega up very close to a first down. It's going to bring up a third and a long 2.
Those are the kinds of things that Blake Anderson was looking for. When the pocket does break down, which it actually did that time, do you make the right decision? He certainly did and picked up some yardage.
Briggs in the backfield. Chris Sanchez gets in there in a hurry and stops that play, but they've got the first down.
Briggs
That's all they
did a great
needed.
job,
Yep.
Fox, just with a little delay and letting the blocking set up so that he could get a little push from the offensive line and then jump behind him, get the first down.
First down, Aggies moving all the way down to the 34-yard line. Briggs again runs into a pile, this time no gain.
Yeah, nowhere to go that time. That right end of the defensive line and linebackers able to get upfield and get penetration and shut that thing down in a hurry.
Briggs having a game too. He's already got 4 carries, almost 70 yards. Of course, he had one huge carry as well, which was the first Aggies touchdown. Second down. Lega hit from behind. You wanted to yell, watch out. But Taylor Bohannon, the transfer from Montana State, he was there quickly. 8-yard loss for the Aggies. They'll get set up quick, and here we go.
Well, Josh Runda, the defensive coordinator, dialing up some pressure, bringing a secondary blitz. So now,
yeah, 3rd and 18.
They're going to stack receivers on the far side of the field.
Lega again nearly tripped and fell, and he's going to go down well short. This is going to be about 15 yards shy. Only got a couple of yards, so 4th and 15 coming. The Aggies will have to punt it away.
That's what you would refer to as a secondary sack. Great coverage in the secondary. Nobody able to get open, and Lega kept that thing alive as long as he could before he had to tuck and run.
So the Aggies to punt it away. Aaron Blank's back at the inside the 10-yard line. And Blancas is going to call for a fair catch. And goes face to face. But they've got it. 33-yard punt, no return. And it's Bengals football. So the big defensive stand for Cody Hawkins' team. We are back, Aggie football on KJazz TV. Dave Fox, former BYU running back Alema Harrington, Tyson Ewing on stats. And here we go. After holding the Aggies, Idaho State inside their own 10-yard line. Quarterback Jordan Cook pass complete. And James, he's going to pick up about 4 or 5 yards. And Chaden James, he played at John Bosco. And if you follow, high-powered high school football in Southern California, they're one of the best along with Mater Dei in that group.
We did a Mater Dei game earlier this year, and they were like a machine.
I mean, their linemen were huge. Their receivers and running backs were fast. Their quarterbacks could throw absolute darts as Kahui carries the ball there.
Jalen Royals does a nice job reading this. You watch him come in from the outside and make that tackle and make sure that Kahui doesn't get too many yards. Bring up 3rd down and about 3. Switzer on the tackle there.
Empty back for Jordan Cook. They do have multiple numbers, as you know, in college. There's so many players. And he shares that number with Royals. Great pass, complete for a first down to Alfred Jordan. Just a freshman. A number of youth on this team.
If you got a speedy slot man, that quick slant is so hard to defend.
And Cook now, Alemi, he's thrown a few of those. He hasn't missed a pass yet. He's 7 for 7 in this game. But you are right. Other than one that the Seahawks threw about a decade ago at the end of the Super Bowl that they wish they could get back. Kahui with another carry and a big hit. Huge collision. Michael Anyanwu with a massive hit.
Well, Switzer was given chase, and he set that thing up for his teammates to make some big hits to finish off Kahui.
Kahui from Kaneohe?
Kaneohe. Big naval base out there on the Kaneohe side of Oahu.
That's always gutsy for me to attempt a pronunciation there when I'm with you. It's usually way off. Second down. Cook. Pass is caught. Defender fell down. Alfred Jordan again, and he's got first down yardage and more.
Idaho State getting away with multiple holds here on this play. But no flags, just like the Utah game earlier today. No interference flag, so there's no interference.
Yeah, that's what RGC3 said, right? They didn't throw the flag, so there was no interference. And Gasu, good carry. The Cypress High School local kid. How about that? All the way up beyond the 50-yard line. Yeah. That's a 16-yard pickup.
Strong run, too, because there is so much contact, and he just powered his way through.
This Idaho State team looking awfully gritty here in this first half. Cody Hawkins said he wants to have fun, but they look ferocious so far. Draw play. Gasu again. And this time, the Aggies stack him up and send him back. He'll lose a couple.
Well, that's called in-game adjustments because that play right there has burned the Aggie defense multiple times here in the first half. This time, they recognize it, having come off the field and looked at their iPads or whatever they're watching film on, right on the sideline, and making the adjustment.
Second down, 11. What did you have back in the?
We didn't have anything.
In the 70s, they just told you what to do.
We had telephones.
Cook looking downfield and hit right as he threw. That's his first incompletion, Alema, of this game.
And for those watching, and you watch college football, there's a good look at Blake Anderson, head coach, offensive coordinator. But this is an interesting stadium. Having played here as a player and then, done games in this building, the fans are literally right on top of you.
They've got that wall,
right,
and then they stand right above it.
They're so close to the field and to the players on the sidelines.
2 for 2 on third down conversions. They need 11 yards here. Got to get to the 35-yard line. Jordan Cook, the freshman quarterback, looking, firing outside. Nearly a one-handed catch. Cyrus Wallace could not hold on.
Great job by Gabriel O'Brien.
Well, the Aggies hold, so a punt coming for Idaho State.
There's a good look at Coach Hawkins on the other side. First year head coach for Idaho State.
Micah Davis standing back inside his 10-yard line. Ross Bolger's kick is away. He's going to let this one bounce, and it goes into the end zone. Fortuitous bounce for the Aggies. So both teams hold after, on their initial drives, both teams scored.
Sometimes teams will come out, they might surprise you a little bit. The things that you studied, and this happens too, that first game on tape, it's not necessarily what you'll see in this game. We'll be right back.
Back here in Logan, Maverick Stadium, Utah State home opener. as they're hosting Idaho State and getting all they can handle in the early going of this game, tied up at 7. And Cooper Legas keeps.
Designed run that time for the quarterback. We saw him do that quite a bit when he played for the Orem Tigers. You know, they try to protect the quarterback a little bit more in college, but certainly he's capable. Got great legs, and here he goes again.
Yeah, how about that? Takes a big hit, but pops right back up. Chris Sanchez just bowled him over. First down. Draw to Booth. Oh, boy, they got there quickly, Lemon. No room at all.
Quick penetration.
So a 4-yard loss, 2nd and 14 coming. And again, Legas carried the ball 3 times on this series, but now they're looking at a 3rd and 14. Just seemed a little out of sorts
really
on this
switching it up as far as the play calling is concerned.
Got a couple of guys that signaling the plays, including Josh Davis, the wide receiver. We'll talk a little about him later on, who's, of course, not playing football anymore.
What a great story, though.
3rd and long. Legas firing downfield. He's got a man open. Midfield, Terrell Vaughn again. What a game for this young man.
I'll tell you, the strength of Cooper Legas' arm on display right here. He's going to send this all the way from the far hash mark almost to the sideline and down the field.
21-yard pickup. And Legas just keeps on firing once again. Just look for number 0, and there's your guy.
Vaughn with another grab. Pace of this offense is almost just breakneck. As soon as they the ball is dead, they're back on the line of scrimmage.
Back to, how about this hole? Booth. Last time it was Briggs. This time Booth gets all the way down inside the 10-yard line. How about a 32-yard pickup?
Great blocking up front. He had a huge hole to go through. Watch the hole that he's able to just zip right through, untouched, into the second level, and finally brought down by Bohannon.
Just a massive hole on that right side, and we've come to the end of the first quarter. We are deadlocked at 7. The Aggies will take the walk down to the north end zone when we come back. Aggie football on KJazz TV. Welcome back, Aggie football on KJazz TV. So excited to bring you this game. Cooper Legas completed all 7 of his passing attempts, by the way.
He's taking good care of the ball, made wise decisions, and Blake Anderson telling us, you're going to make mistakes, but don't have unforced errors, and he's played clean football so far.
1st and goal just inside the 10-yard line. Booth's got it. Takes a step to the outside, reaches for the pylon, and that's a touchdown for the Aggies.
What a remarkable first half he has had. He does such a great job. Watch how he bounces this thing outside. Boom, one more time, boom, one more time, and then reaches for the pylon, gets it in. Great job by the officiating crew to see that he got that across the plane.
Point after on the way. William Testa's kick is up and good, and the Aggies back to a 7-point lead at 14-7. That was an 8-play, 80-yard drive. Was finished off with that 8-yard touchdown run. Aggies look good on that one. Of course, the big run, too, just before that, Booth. We saw a touchdown earlier in the game on almost that same play.
And Cooper Legas with a number of runs to start out this drive, and it looked like it was going to get stalled, but he comes up with a huge pass down the field from the right hash mark all the way to the far sideline. moves the chains, and gets them down the field and puts the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, on that last drive alone, Booth had 3 carries, 35 yards, and a touchdown. That's some good work for a drive.
They got some really nice running backs, and they've been waiting to see kind of, which guy's going to step up. And they're having multiple guys do it. Briggs and Booth both in this game. Faison last week had some really nice runs.
All right, so Idaho State with another opportunity here, and the kick goes into the end zone, will not be returned, and we'll see what the Aggie defense has in store.
I'll tell you, Fox, if people are watching, haven't been up to a Utah State game, I encourage you to make the drive up.
Well, first of all, the valley is beautiful.
Oh, it's gorgeous. And I got redirected on my Google Maps to go on Highway 126 and come through over by
Tremont?
No, well, I'm not sure if it was Tremont, but there were fruit stands everywhere I looked. I was tempted to stop, but I knew I had to make sure that I got here. Peaches are in season. It's just gorgeous. And the colors haven't changed in Sardine Canyon yet, but it's still a gorgeous drive.
When it does, it is a beautiful thing. You are right. All right, Cook back to work at quarterback. Pass complete out in the flat to James. Next time you pass a peach stand, please buy some. My wife makes a great homemade peach pie.
Well, if I get some peach pie out of it,
you will.
We got a deal.
She'll make a couple of them.
Anyanwu did a great job getting off of his block and slowing up the receiver and allowing help to come on that play.
Tyson Ewing, our statistician, by the way, just told me it's peach days in Brigham City.
That's why you go.
That's why you saw the peach.
Ball's on the ground.
Oh, and miraculously recovered by Cook. But you are right. That was available.
Yeah, everywhere I looked, there were peach stands
everywhere.
And garage sales. A lot of garage sales.
Well, that's a fall thing anyway.
Well, yeah. So make your way up to Logan and come check out a game. You'll be rewarded because I'll tell you, Maverick Stadium is beautiful. It's awesome.
All right, big third down, 3rd and long. Cook's pass. He has to just let this thing fly because he was about to get smacked.
Great pressure that time by the defense for the Aggies. So you take the ball, drive it down, punch it into the end zone, and then your defense holds Idaho State's offense. They'll have to punt the ball away.
Cook had a great start to this game. He completed his first 8 passes, but he's only 1 of 4 since. So you talk about adjustments all the time.
In-game adjustments. Yeah. It's not just at the quarter or at the half. It's the team that can make in-game adjustments.
Micah Davis back the 30-yard line, 35-yard line, gets it at the 30. Here he goes. Not much room there. Good special teams coverage by Idaho State. 47-yard punt, no return, and the Aggie offense will come back to work, leading 14-7. It's the home opener. And a beautiful evening up here in Logan on KJazz TV. Good defensive stand for the Aggies, and now the offense comes back out. There's Blake Anderson. Had a delightful visit with him.
He's got to be pleased with the way his offense has come out in this game. We talked about him now taking over as offensive coordinator and what he learned from that first game versus what he wanted to do here. A lot of it was communication.
Booth, fake, caught, 50-yard line, Legaw. And Jalen Royals, the other speedster, finally gets involved as he's got a reception. And this is a kid who came out of nowhere. Georgia Military College came to a camp, 22-yard pickup, and they took one look at him and said, "No one's offered you? We will."
We'll take you. And you never know. Sometimes you get a kid in camp, and there's guys that are just combine, just specimens, and they don't pan out. But certainly Royals is able to do it on the field in a game, as you've seen.
First down yardage. Booth's got it. And Booth, I thought it was interesting that Blake Anderson telling us, I believe he said this is the first time he's called plays on the field.
Right, because he's been an offensive coordinator before, but been up in the booth. And
Arkansas State.
Yeah, a lot of coaches prefer to be in the booth because they like the visual to be able to see from up high.
Booth again. Booth cuts back. Booth has a first down and more. And Booth could go all the way, and he does. 41 yards.
Foxy, we saw a little bit of it in his first touchdown where he bounced it out, then bounced it out. This time, he's going to cut it back. You watch, he goes up the middle. Now he's going to go back across the field the other way. Bounces it that way. Now watch, he'll put the ball in the outside hand so he can protect it. And now he's just got his eyes on the end zone, and he says, yes, I'm going to score.
Yeah, going to be denied, was he? Testa's point after good 3 plays, 67 yards, and a 41-yard touchdown run. And the Aggies starting to roll now.
How's it going?
Welcome back, Aggie faithful on hand. Good family environment, too. You see a lot of families here with their kids.
Well, there's a huge student section, right? It's like the whole east side of the stadium is fans that are students. And then there's a whole bunch of areas where there's families that are watching their kids play because a lot of local players here. And then families in the community, they're just coming out to watch the game and enjoy a little football.
And they, of course, strategically put the student section behind visitors.
Right,
I can't
on
even
top
imagine what's
being said. And I can tell you, as a former player at BYU that played in this stadium, it can get rough. It gets rough down there. Fortunately for us, we were winning those games.
That's a good point.
I played in this stadium. I played at Utah State. I think it was my junior year, and it was in a snowstorm. There was almost nobody in the stands, and they were plowing to get so you could see the field markers, and it was snowing so hard that I was on the field and could not see the scoreboard.
Where you really?
Couldn't see the scoreboard. That's how bad it was.
I'll bet you
snowing.
could hear what few students were here.
Yes, indeed.
Gasu back in the backfield. Cook at quarterback dumps it off to Gasu, and he's got good yardage up beyond the 40-yard line before Switzer nails him.
A little shovel pass that time, successful.
Aggies already 164 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns, which means that's let me help you with your math. That's 10.9 yards per carry. That's a first down every time they run the ball.
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
Booth and Briggs kind of splitting up the carries.
Nice execution on that shovel pass, but a big hit by Switzer.
17 yards on that pickup. Hunter was in the backfield, and he tried to get the pass coming out. Yeah. Oh, boy, he did.
Could not hang on. You know, we didn't get any indication from Coach Hawkins on how he would rotate his quarterbacks. We know we'll see multiple quarterbacks, but so far just Cook.
Yeah, he said he'll run a lot of quarterbacks and running backs through here, but Cook's been the guy. Kahui was busy that first 2 drives. Haven't seen much of him in the last couple. 2nd down 10. Here goes Hook again. Complete out in the flat to James. He'll get a couple. So 3rd and long.
Little roll out that time for Jordan Cook. And 6'4", 192 pounds. Moves nicely.
2 for 4.
For a guy that big.
On 3rd down conversions, they have hit 2 of 4. They need to get just across midfield. Jordan Cook at quarterback, and his pass broken up at the last second. Great defensive play by Harris. And Simeon Harris, he's a good one out of California.
He had 8 tackles last week.
Yeah, against Iowa. How about that?
Nice pass breakup right there. Once again, the defense looking good for the Aggies here.
The first couple of drives, well, the first Idaho State drive was a bit of a head scratcher, but you're always preaching adjustments. Man, did they make them. So they now have 2 straight 3-and-outs that they've forced Idaho State into. And Micah Davis will return this. And Davis, you see the speeds. He gets up past the 25, 43-yard kick.
Micah Davis just has what only punt returners have, which is this ability to just close everything out, just block it out, because he's got guys coming down at him full speed, and that ball is in the air, and he's able to focus and concentrate and haul it in and know that as soon as I make this catch, I'm either going to get hit or I can sidestep and let's see where I can go. He makes a good sidestep and gets up the field.
Rashul Faison into the game.
Had a good game last week.
Young man played at Snow College, and here goes Terrell Vaughn, the end around little jet sweep. That's actually well read. He did pick up 4, but Idaho State was there.
Talk about, your playmakers, and Vaughn, great receiver, but playmakers, you get them the ball any way you can. That time on a handoff.
Empty back for Laga. His pass complete. Vaughn again.
Very close to the first down marker.
You predicted he might get 12 receptions in the first half.
He's racking them up. That's 7.
That's how about that? He is just killing it. 5 more and there's almost 10 minutes to go. I'm with you on that. I'll take the under, or the over, excuse me. First down for Faison.
You mentioned Snow College by way of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, how does that work? Good for him.
You go from Pennsylvania, and then you spend some time in Ephraim, and you say, hey, maybe I'll check out Logan.
Yeah, exactly. That's a big city. It is beautiful up here, though. If you're recruiting kids this time of year, you can certainly see why they would pick this school. It's fantastic. Laga going downfield. There's a flag.
Yeah, there was a hold. Royals got held on that play. No, I don't see a flag on the field for that.
Well, that's weird. I thought I saw a flag.
Well, Blake Anderson sure saw it, and he was having a conversation with the official. He still is. Now he's going to come back and continue the conversation.
I mean, we all saw it. I just assumed. I guess you got to wait for the refs. But at any rate, 2nd down and 10. Briggs back in. First incompletion just happened for Cooper Laga, but good yardage here and move the chains. That is another Aggie first down, and Briggs delivers.
Briggs' burst out of the backfield is so intense. There's a very short opening, and the window closed in a hurry, but he got through it.
Laga's pass outside again. Vaughn, there's number 8.
Vaughn's instincts, his feel, he can feel the pressure around him and still focus on making the catch, but he knew where the pressure was coming through, spun out of it, was still brought down, but still, that's one of those qualities that you can't coach. Kids just have it or they don't, and he's got it.
2nd down. Good yardage again. And it's Faison back into the game. He's all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Wow.
There's an element of trust between the running backs and the linemen. And the running backs trust that the linemen are going to do their jobs, and they can pause in the backfield and then wait to make their move. Faison did that and was able to get good yardage.
29 yards on that pickup, and little stiff arm there. Knocked out of bounds. Vaughn, by the way, we talked about he's got 8 receptions, he's got 8 targets. So everything that comes his way, he catches. But I wonder, I mean, I know you played running back, but if one guy's getting all the receptions, do others, I mean, do they feel like, well, hey,
no,
I'm over here
there's
too?
No
they don't
selfishness.
Worry about that. Okay.
There's no selfishness in the receivers.
Receiver room?
No.
Faison remains in the game. Laga, somebody jumped, nothing there. Pass complete to Royals. And Royals inside the 10. And this Aggie offense just a machine right now. Blake Anderson has got it going. He gets help from Kyle Cephalo.
Yeah.
He's kind of calls him the co-OFC, helps him the game plan.
He's upstairs,
right?
And he's communicating downstairs to Coach Anderson. So he's trusting that the eyes upstairs will communicate to him what's being seen from up this vantage point.
Legas screen outside Vaughn, 9th reception, and Vaughn stretches to get inside the 5.
And Cooper Legas continues to connect with his receivers. He is on point tonight.
Boy, after that discussion we had with Blake Anderson and frustrated with a few of Cooper's plays, you get the impression they had a good talk this week because Legas looks great. And Legas wide open, corner of the end zone. It's a touchdown for Vaughn. His 10th reception, 11, and that's a score.
Unbelievable. And they posted up Jalen Royals on the outside behind the line of scrimmage. So both defenders came up to guard that. Nobody was back there guarding Royals, and he was all open, wide open, nothing but blue turf around him.
You know, he gets the ball so much. How is he not covered on that play? That was just phenomenal.
There's got to be an adjustment by Idaho State. Say somebody's got to spy this guy
all the time.
And be on him all the time.
Point after is good after an 11-play, 75-yard drive. Vaughn, with his 10th reception of the game, scores the touchdown, and the Aggies are cruising. Here on KJazz TV. If you blink, you may have missed something.
Hey,
Aggies.
the kiss cam going on.
Uh-oh.
Here at Maverick Stadium.
There it is.
There's another reason to come up here. Bring your sweetheart up here and get on the kiss cam.
That's a new feature we've added to our broadcast.
Don't get any ideas, Foxy. Not kissing
No,
you.
no. Oh, the Aggies, though, just cruising 28-7, and Vaughn, 10 receptions in the half.
He may not get to 12 by the end of the half here, but 10 receptions in a half?
How about this?
That's pretty impressive. First Aggies since 2001, double-digit receptions in back-to-back games.
That's crazy. 22 years. See how quickly I added that up?
Good for you. I'm glad you didn't have me do it.
Yeah. That is impressive. I'm still with you. I think he's going to hit. We're 6.5 minutes. I think he's going to hit a dozen before we get to the half. All right, Jordan Cook still in at quarterback for Idaho State. Big hit, knocking him out of bounds.
Love the way Switzer breaks on the ball. He's just got a quick reaction, and he's bringing the hat every time. He's letting them know, don't come this way. You're going to pay.
Second down, 5. Cook in trouble. Cook being chased. Really has nowhere to go. A lot of work to get maybe. Oh, flag coming in, Alema.
It's so hard. You know, that's one of those rules 10 years ago that certainly, you know, it may have been a flag, but quarterbacks especially, when they surrender, when they give themselves up, you have got to be able to, you know, pull up and make sure that you don't hit the quarterback because the flag will fly.
How about this, though? That is the first penalty of the game.
Yeah, I was going to say this has been
for
a
Aggies,
very mistake-free game.
Absolutely.
And they always talk about the most improvement that you'll see from a team will happen between week 1 and week 2. And some of that is execution as far as the offense is concerned or the defensive scheme is concerned, but also you're hoping to clean up a lot of the mistakes when it comes to penalties. And certainly Utah State has been very good to this point, with the exception of that late hit.
And the only other penalty, if you can call it that, was that kick out of bounds, the kickoff out of bounds. Intercepted, and this is going all the way back for a touchdown. Larson, 46 yards. Ike Larson out of nearby Skyview High School.
Well, if you're wearing number 6, you're going to score, because Ike Larson, along with Davon Booth, both of them putting the ball in the end zone, and he read this perfectly. Just a great read, break on the ball, and then gets into the end zone. I'm not sure if that was part of his celebration, grabbing the hamstring. Hopefully he didn't pull a hamstring.
Ooh. If that's a celebration, it's not a good one.
Well, I'm looking at him on the sideline. I think that he's okay. Yes, he is. That was just part of the celebration. William Testa is limping off the field. I don't think that was part of a celebration.
That's definitely not. That's a big one.
This is one of my favorite parts of being here at Maverick Stadium, is the student section and this part. They have so many choreographed little chants and cheers that they do here.
Yeah, they're very good
I'm going to have Riley Jensen tell me what all of this means at some point, our former Aggie.
Our Aggie expert, you can catch him.
I don't know what it means, but I like it.
Well, I'm sure we'll start getting some texts any minute.
They'll let us know. I want to, maybe next time we do a game here, we can put me down in the middle of the student section.
Okay, we'll do it.
To call a quarter.
Yeah.
We'll see if I survive.
Kick into the end zone, they'll bring it out. Here we go. Aggies dominating, 34-7.
I'll tell you, as a guy that played a lot of special teams in college, if a guy is going to bring it out of the end zone, you want to make him pay. Make sure that he doesn't get to the 20 or down the 25-yard line. Make sure that he's short of that. And then he feels it. And certainly the Aggies special teams that time, they got the job done.
So first down for Idaho State, see what they can get going. It's been a rough go since they tied the game at 7.
Ball's out, and Aggies have it.
Unbelievable. This defense is just on target. That Stone that came out of there, yeah. The junior defensive end, take a look.
Big hit right here. Knocks the ball out. That was by design. Great job that time by Anyanwu. Watch him. His right hand's going to come in. He's going to hammer the ball down. It comes out. Aggie ball. That has become one of those drills that they run all the time now. Defensive drills is stripping the ball and hammering at it and knocking the ball out.
Laga, end zone, touchdown. Jalen Royals gets the reception.
Give a little credit to this offensive line, because this play took a little time to develop for Royals to be able to get open in the back of the end zone. So Cooper Laga's got to be able to sit back there and not be bothered. And he's able to get that time and finds Royals, puts it right on the mark for another touchdown.
How about a one-play drive? Point after, up and good.
How about 41 first-half points by the Aggies?
My word. One play, 20 yards, and they are just cruising both sides of the ball. They've got a pick 6 to go along with their bevy of touchdowns.
They had a 2-play touchdown drive to open up the first quarter, and now a 1-play touchdown drive. And here we go, the celebration, the student section. I'm getting down there. I might just go down at halftime.
Take your headset.
I love it because everybody knows all the words, or at least they're acting like they do. I'd be the guy down there acting like I know the words. Don't ask me to give you the
hand motions.
Don't give
you
me.
Get
ask
out.
me to give you the lyrics for the BYU fight song, because I'm not sure if I know them, except for rah 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 rah, go Cougars.
Rah rah.
I know that part.
Yeah, they've got a whole routine here, and they've got it down. Kickoff goes deep. And that'll be a touchback. And Legault, by the way, this game, 14 of 15, 125 yards, 2 touchdowns. And, well, yeah, you almost felt like after our conversation with head coach Blake Anderson, you really wanted him to have a good game. Well, I know Coach Anderson did.
Certainly, he understands that Cooper Legault has got experience. You know, all the what he was able to do last year and had to step in, due to injury, and got him some wins. And just wanted to see the progression, which he did over the course of the offseason, but wasn't happy with the performance last week. But he's got to be happy with what he's seeing here tonight.
All right, Cook, pass incomplete.
Yeah, this is Hayes now. So we knew we were going to see a couple of different quarterbacks. Jordan Cook and Hunter Hayes being the two that we presumed we would see. Maybe we'll see more, but it's almost a carbon copy. He's 6'4", 200 pounds. Kid out of Cody, Wyoming.
Cody, Wyoming, the original home of Buffalo Bill Cody. I can give you some history on that if you get bored of women.
I'll take it right now.
Well, he hunted buffalo in his early years and later became an actor, had a traveling show. There you go.
Well, that I did not know. I didn't know that Cody, Wyoming was named after Buffalo Bill Cody.
You learn a lot in these broadcasts. 3rd and 9. Cook's pass nearly intercepted again. My goodness. 17 on 17. And Dickerson almost had a pick.
He did a great job just being in the right position, gets a hand up, bat the ball down, almost able to bat it to himself for the pick.
So they'll kick it away. The Aggies are going to get another shot at it. Fair catch called for, 40-yard line. Bring out the offense. And I believe Vaughn needs 2 more receptions to make a lemon.
We got a tally going up here, a little whiteboard, and we're just marking off the catches for Vaughn.
He had 12 receptions in the opener last week at Iowa. Competitive game. The Aggies lost 24-14. But they were in that.
You know, we talked about Coach Anderson as the offensive coordinator, and that's new, but also defensive coordinator Joe Kaufman coming in, but a longtime friend and colleague of Blake Anderson. They've worked together in the past, but that defense is looking like they're right on track.
Stays on. Oh, he was the fake. Passes incomplete. USU record for receptions in a half or a game, is 15. So he only needs 5 more to break that record. And he only needs 2 more to match your record.
Sometimes you want to make sure you can get that in the first half, because how often does it happen where you have this great first half and second half you only have 4 targets?
Exactly. Well, the scoring goes down. Faison, huge yardage, and he's still up. They can't bring him down. And Faison dives into the end zone for a 60-yard touchdown. My goodness.
Well, again, the offensive line doing their job, and then receivers downfield blocking and giving some help. And Faison with a nice spin move there, and he sees the end zone. He's just dialed in, and he hits pay dirt. Got a couple of linemen pulling from the left side to the right side to open this thing up initially, but nice blocking by the receivers downfield to make sure that he's got a path to the end zone.
Point after. We talked earlier about Testa being helped off the field. He hasn't been back in since then, but the point after is good. 2 plays, 60 yards. And, of course, it was a 60-yard touchdown run.
I'm curious what the record is for first half scoring. 48 points in the first half is an impressive offensive output. I don't care who you are or who you're playing.
Yeah, that's phenomenal.
You're on pace for 96 points in this game. That's hard to do.
Well, and really both sides have stepped up. I love Ike Larson's. I remember covering him. You and I did at Skyview. Great player. And I know he was sure excited to get that play. He's also a big follow on Instagram, by the way. I'll throw that out there. He does a lot of lives.
I have to check him out.
Yeah. So here we go. And Blake Anderson's he's using all three of these backs like he told us that he would.
Yeah.
Faison 4 carries, Booth 5 carries, Briggs 5 carries. And they're all just huge yards. Faison's got almost 100 yards on 4 carries.
Remarkable. And again, give credit to this offensive line. You got Ralph Frias, Meekum, Alo, Motu Upaka, and Motes. These guys have all been fantastic up front.
We're not even at halftime. They have 274 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. And look at what this defense is doing.
Let me correct, number 56 is Motes, not Motes. I was giving it a little Polynesian flavor.
So that you're allowed. Second and 11, just under 4 to play. Dave Fox, 11 Harrington on the call here on K-Jazz. Tyson Ewing handling stats for us. And spotting and doing a great job of it. Cook again, pass complete. James has it. And he's got first down. No, he missed it by a yard.
That was a nice completion. This offense desperately in need of something positive. And that time, Hayes able to connect. Just a half step advantage for Jaden James.
Oh, what a collision.
He like ran into a
Yeah,
wall.
well, that was Ike Larson,
yes,
who had the pick 6 a while ago.
It's fun to see, a local kid, homegrown, like Ike Larson, to have the success that he's having for the Aggies.
Well, when you're a defensive back or a safety, nothing better than the picks. Any defensive player, nothing better than a pick 6, right? You get in the end zone. Cook's pass, what a catch, reaching and grabbing that, Alfred Jordan.
And with the exception of that early touchdown drive, it was the first drive of the game for Idaho State. This Aggie defense has been spectacular, but giving up a couple of first downs on this series.
Shovel pass, nothing. Boy, that's again, every time I see that, they're so dangerous.
In game, well, if it hits, I mean, you think about it, but when if it hits the ground, it's incomplete. Very safe play, in a lot of regards. But talk about in-game adjustment. That was a successful play in the first quarter, but not in this time. They recognized it immediately and shut it down.
You were asking about a record for points in the quarter.
Yeah, 41 points this quarter.
Yeah. That's a school record, according to available records, that from our guy, Doug Hoffman. Raider Hunter.
Gets chopped down after a gain of about 7. Bring up 3rd down and 4.
Cook checks with Cody Hawkins. Cody, of course, the offensive coordinator.
Clock will go under a minute before they snap the ball here.
Cook, pass complete. First down yardage, James has it.
Hard if you get a pass in the middle of the field and you're trying to manage the clock. So it's either incomplete to stop the clock or you got to get out to the sideline. But final 2 minutes. And they move the chains here. 40 seconds and counting.
Cook again sees the pressure coming, running out of trouble. Well, that's Hunter Hayes in at quarterback, by the way. Sorry. You mentioned Cody, Wyoming. I should know that since I'm a Buffalo Bill expert.
Among other things. Jordan Cook, of course, who was in through the majority of the first half, just a freshman. Hunter Hayes is a junior.
And Coach told us he was going to play multiple quarterbacks, and he's certainly done that. Whistles blowing. Timeout taken by the Aggies, 31 seconds, up by 41 points.
I'm sure they'd like to keep them out of the end zone, give these guys a breather a little bit. Utah State, the defense, when a team goes pace like that, it's easy to get gassed. It's the end of the first half. I think a good timeout, make sure everybody's on the same page, and give your guys a breather, a chance to get hydrated.
To add to that record you were talking about, so the 41-point record for a quarter, 48 first half points are the second most. They'd have to get a 52, and with 32 seconds left, unless they get another pick six, probably won't happen. They had 52 first half points against New Mexico just 5 years ago.
Wow.
But that seems like
that's firepower.
Yeah, it is.
It's easy to talk about, oh, yeah, we scored this. But I'm telling you, I played for BYU, high-powered BYU offenses. And, we scored in the 50s,
oh, you're in the 50s all the
times.
Yeah.
But that's scoring almost every possession.
Yeah, that's for a half. Downfield pass and a great catch at the 15-yard line. And Idaho State still trying to get another score on the board before they go to the locker room.
Yeah, if nothing else, maybe able to put a field goal on the board. And they'll take a timeout now.
.21 yards on that pickup. Cody Hawkins got some work to do with his team, but they'll be competitive in the Big Sky. Of course, remember he was a quarterback in Boise when his dad was the head coach at Boise State, and then when his dad went on to Colorado State, Cody was quarterback there. And then
that's probably where you get the shovel pass and
all that
some
stuff,
of the things that he picked up along the way. And coaches always, you learn something from wherever you are in the different places, the various stops along the way, on your way to whether it's a coordinator position or a head coaching job. You pick up those things. So 30-second timeout, back on the field. Idaho State trying to put some points on the board here.
Hunter Hayes at quarterback. And Hayes looking end zone, lobbing for the corner. High point. Is that what you would call getting mossed? Fredrickson with the catch.
Oh, Fredrickson, he went hard into
he did.
Into that wall like a center fielder. Looks like he's going to be okay. But the wall in this stadium is very close. It's like Arena League almost. And he went right into that wall. Hit the America First Credit Union sign.
Point after on the way. And that is up and good, but the Aggies still leading 48-14. I said it was probably not probable that they would set that record, but you never know.
You could return one for a touchdown here. You got some dangerous return guys in Vaughn and Davis. And it may, you might think, is it too early for an onside kick? That might be the way to go if you're Coach Hawkins.
Well, I mean, what do you got to lose, right?
You can do an onside kick. There's various ones that you can implement, and you try to tag one of the guys in the front row here. And it looks to me, at least, it looks to me as if Utah State might be expecting something like that. They've got their hands team. All the guys on the front line are good hands guys.
All right, well, here we go. And they'll keep it low, a squib kick. But, oh, boy, here's some room. Aggies got a little room. Down that sideline, finally knocked out of bounds. There is 6 seconds left.
Hey, a field goal would make it 51. Great job once again, and so many just remarkable athletes able to, get the ball in their hands and make things happen.
How about a 50-yard return for Briggs? So that adds to his total offense production of this game, which has been phenomenal.
It looks like they're getting Nimrod is in that huddle there. So with 6 seconds left, they may just trot him out. You have a chance. You might be able to go for the end zone and then come back, and make sure it's either a catch in the end zone or incomplete. But instead of gambling with the clock there, bring Nimrod out and see if he can connect from 37.
Well, here we go. Looking for 3 more points, put them over 50. And Nimrod's kick is up on the way, and it is perfect. How about that? 51-14.
How about a first half 50-burger for you?
The cannon went off, but the clock shows 1 second. Are they going to make him kick it? I guess so.
Yeah, this guy's not going to make him kick it.
Man.
You have to.
Could have been a little more generous on that clock. What a half.
There's no mercy rule in college football.
No, there's not. In high school, there is the running clock rule. But
the crazy thing about this is, as well as they have played here in the first half, they're going to go into the locker room, and the coaches are going to come and tell them all the things that they did wrong. Yeah. And that's just the nature of the game, right? Now, certainly they'll come and compliment, hey, guys, great job, well done, this, that, and then, boom, you're going to hit them with the things that we didn't do right, that we got to do better in the second half. Always improving.
Always coaching. Big left-footed kick, and that goes into the end zone. So 1 play. 1 second, 1 play.
Well, this might be your favorite play right here. I wouldn't be surprised if they just come out, take a knee, and then head to the locker room.
That's probably the smart move, to be honest. You saw a good look there of Cody Hawkins, his first head coaching position. When your dad's Dan Hawkins and you're so invested in the game, you're probably destined to become a head coach.
Those are still some pretty big footsteps, shoes, I should say, to fill. But the thing about Cody Hawkins is he's got such a great attitude. He was a joy to chat with down on the field here before the game.
So they will run 1 more play, and that'll do it. And you're right. You almost felt like he didn't want to stop talking to us. It was like, well, the game's about to start, so we're going to get going here. But, he was something else. All right, well, it's been a half completely dominated by the Aggies, leading 51-14. And as Alema said, they'll go into the locker rooms and make their adjustments. And even though you put 51 on the board, there will probably be a couple of things that may be touched on, and we'll see what those are. We're going to take a break for halftime. Send it back to our KUTV studios for the halftime show, and Alem and I will be back with the second half Aggie football on KJAZ TV.